So welcome to the channel, Two Wheel Tactics. Hopefully you've watched some of my previous videos where we've done some trips on the NC500 in Scotland. If you haven't seen them, give them a watch. Just gives you an idea of the routes, the places that we stop, the kind of places that we stay. If you fancy doing it yourself, maybe just have a watch and it can give you some ideas. I know when I first went, I watched a couple of videos from other people that had done it, just to see what it were all about, and then it just made me want to do it more. So yeah, we've done it 3 times now, always on the Z1000SX, and we've got it planned again for this year, which will be 2025 June, and we'll be doing it again, so I'll bring you some more videos for that. So further to the NC videos, I was also wanting to bring you some garage content, me just doing some bits on the bikes. I think I've just done the Harley video, which you can go back and watch, where we changed the exhaust on the Harley, put it back to a standard, made it a little bit quieter. So just a brief overview of that little job that we did. The next job is this Z1000SX, where we're going to be changing the rear sprocket. But yeah, give us a like and subscribe, and then you can keep up to date with any more videos that I get out there. And hope you enjoy watching. So on the ramp today we've got a Z1000SX. It's the bike, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll see this is the bike that I've done the NC on a few times. So we've got it booked again for June 2025, coming up in a couple of months. So I just need to do a little bit of prep with this bike. I'm going to be changing the rear sprocket. So standard 141 teeth rear sprocket, I'm going to be going to a 39 just to give it a bit of different gearing. Hopefully make it a little bit less screamy on the motorways and long roads. So yeah, today we're going to be changing this sprocket. So I did think that this sprocket were bent for some reason, the way that I fitted this chain when I changed it last year. I thought that I may have caused some damage to this sprocket. So I planned to change it anyway for this trip. There we go, new JT sprocket. So last year I fitted a new chain on this bike just before I went on the NC. And after I'd fitted it and took it out, it felt a little bit different. I don't know if it was in my head, but I thought I could hear something different with the bike. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Went on the NC, never really had an issue. When I came back, I did a bit of reading up and found out that the way that I fitted this chain could potentially have bent this rear sprocket. So I know it's probably not the best way to do it, but I've peened these rivets over with giving them a little tap with a hammer. Not whacking it, but just tapping it over to peen it. But I've since learned that that potentially could bend the rear sprocket. I'm not sure how feasible that is, but it's what I've heard. So I just wanted to check to see if that was the case. So I got the DTI set up just to see if we do have any run out. So let's just have a look and see. So obviously there is a little bit of movement, but we're talking up to 0.8 of a millimetre, just at 0.1. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. So I did mark, let's look for the mark on the sprocket. So the sprocket's marked at that point. Let's just reset it there, and let's just see what we get. Really difficult to tell. So we've got 0.06 of a mil. I'm not sure how accurate this DTI gauge is, to be fair. So we're back round to that mark on the sprocket again now. So we've had less than 0.1 of a mil. I'm not sure I'd put that down to a bent sprocket, to be fair. So I'm pretty sure this sprocket is actually alright, but as I said, I'm going to be changing it anyway, going from a standard 41 teeth to a 39, give it a bit of a different gearing for the motorway. So let's get on with that. So I've never actually taken the rear wheel off on this bike before, but we've got the cam system for the chain adjustment. I have fitted a new chain, so I have used that before, but I know obviously pinch bolts, retaining pins on the spindle, take them out, Allen keys either side for the rear spindle, get the spindle out. I think you've got to slacken this caliper steady bolt off, remove this caliper. Yeah, let's just have a go, see where we go with it. So we've got the wheel out now, pretty easy job to be fair. All the brackets have stayed in situ, we just loosened the steady bar off, took the caliper off. Yeah, so rear wheel out. We'll give all that a good clean before we put it back. And get the sprocket changed. Yeah. Not too bad at all. All came out fairly nicely. So we've given the back wheel a bit of a clean up while it's out, and get some polish on there. Old sprocket is off, and just give everything a bit of a clean. New sprocket goes on. Apologies that I can't film all the full works going on, but I don't really have a decent camera setup where I can mount it in places, so watch this space. I will get some more things, and then hopefully I can bring some more content where you can actually see the jobs rather than just cutting from one bit to another. But yeah, sprocket's going to go on, get a torque setting, we'll get that torqued up. Still got to have a bit of a clean up on the rest of the bike, but we'll get that done and then we'll be ready to put it back in. I did consider changing this tyre, it's not that bad. I should probably do it while it's out, but it'll probably do me another trip to Scotland before it needs doing, so we'll have a look at that at another time. But let's get on with the rest of it. So that's everything cleaned up now. Just keep inside that swing arm a little bit of a clean. I'm not going to go to town on it, but it's a bit better. I've cleaned up all the spindle, all the mounting points, the adjusters. So we're ready for the back wheel to go back in. Sprocket's on, it's all torqued up, 59 Newton meters. So that's back wheel back in, new sprocket fitted, chains adjusted. See what it's like when we get it off the ramp. It's got all weight on it, so it should be good to go. Old sprocket. So yeah, hopefully it's all done.